To create a fake soldier, he draped his coat and hat over the rifle butt, then raised the rifle high above the wall to trick the enemy sniper into firing. This way, he could use his binoculars to spot the shooter's position, but he accidentally shook the hat loose and it fell off, instantly exposing his trick to the enemy. At this moment, Jimmy was completely desperate. He'd been trapped behind this wall for a full day and night. The moment he stepped out from the wall, he'd take a bullet to the head. Plus, he was out of water. If this dragged on, even if he didn't get shot, he'd die of dehydration. Worse yet, his radio for contacting headquarters had been destroyed earlier when facing the sniper's fire. Only his dead teammate had a working radio, but it was outside the wall. Though it was less than 5 meters from Jimmy, he didn't dare run out to get it. In desperation, Jimmy found a wooden stick in the corner by the wall. Then he pulled out a piece of wire mesh from the wall and wrapped it around the stick to make a crude hook. He thought this would let him successfully hook the radio, but when he looked out, he realized the stick was way too short and couldn't reach the radio at all. Fortunately, a strong wind suddenly picked up, blowing sand everywhere. This gave Jimmy a bold idea. He planned to use the sandstorm as cover to quickly dash to his teammate's body. However, the sniper saw his every move, but didn't have time to shoot, allowing Jimmy to successfully grab the radio. But he wasn't as lucky on the way back. Though the sandstorm affected the shooter's visibility, Jimmy still got hit in the right leg. Even after he'd run back behind the wall, the enemy wouldn't let up, firing several more shots that brought down nearly half the wall. Jimmy endured the pain and crawled with difficulty to the other half of the wall, barely saving his life. But worse still, the radio he'd just gotten was also destroyed in the shooting. So to survive, Jimmy had to take out that sniper. From the earlier gunfire, he determined the enemy was hiding in the garbage pile across the way, but he still couldn't pinpoint the exact location. Just as Jimmy was losing hope, he suddenly saw a wounded teammate starting to move. The teammate was completely exposed to the enemy's view. Any slightly larger movement would be spotted, so he could only slowly pull out a small mirror from his clothing. Then, following Jimmy's cues, he used the mirror's reflection to successfully locate the sniper's position. But he no longer had enough strength to tell Jimmy all this, so he could only slowly move his body toward the sniper rifle. After successfully grabbing the rifle butt, he rolled his body over, then slowly set up the sniper rifle. Luckily, the sandstorm was getting stronger, so the enemy didn't notice his actions. To create an opportunity for his teammate, Jimmy deliberately fired several shots into the air to draw the enemy's attention. But the heavy sandstorm also affected his teammate's vision. He could only fire a few shots toward the enemy's general location. Just as he was reloading to continue shooting, the enemy suddenly counterattacked. Jimmy on the side could only watch helplessly as his teammate was killed.